What is going on, Alpha Hunters? Hopefully, you are having a very magnificent Monday, coming off a very magnificent weekend. Yes. Let's see what's going on to start the week. Not a lot of movement so far to kind of start the week on Monday. And yeah, just see how it goes. Nice little subtle gap up today. Not really too much kind of going on there on SPY. Kind of like a 0.2% gap up there on the SPY. You can see a little bit of a subtle pullback, kind of start the day, kind of into the moving averages, and then kind of just slowly grinding higher, getting slowly pushed up by the moving averages. So, I mean, that's roughly how things are kind of going today on the SPY. Q's not too much indifferent, honestly. It's currently up about 0.2% right now. SPY's currently about 0.25%, but pretty much a flat open, a little bit of a gap up on the Qs. Nothing crazy. Quick sell off there, but just more sideways choppy than anything here on the Qs to kind of start out the week there. IWM though definitely got a nice little trend here, bearish. Nice gap up here on the IWM, trading down, currently down about 0.45% there on the morning. So interesting. DIA, nice gap up there on the DIA. Quick pullback for 30 minutes, and then kind of bounce there the second 30 minutes, and then it's kind of been flat here over the past 30 minutes. RSP, kind of the same thing as the DIA. Kind of flat open, pulled back, bounced, and it's kind of flat. Okay. So yeah, we'll have plenty of, I'm sure, to look at throughout the week. But RSP, kind of just hanging out from kind of pulling back from last Thursday's gap up. So we'll see if we pull back a little bit more by the end of the day. DIA, kind of the same boat a little bit more bullish here. Mostly coming from Friday. Friday was actually okay there for the DIA. So kind of a flat day, a little bit positive. IWM, yeah, over the past kind of week and a half, pretty strong bullish move, especially there on Wednesday. Huge wick up, but nice gap up there on Thursday. But pulling back here the past couple of days makes sense. Probably to come down at least into this about 119 level, mid 119 was like 119 to 119.50 type level. Because that would probably be where the 10 EMA eventually will be, and it'll kind of be where some of these tops clusters are. So makes sense. Maybe we pull back like another point and a half there on the IWM. Qs, man, flat. Nice lower wick there on Friday. Pretty much flat. Man, that is a super small day. So I'd expect some kind of movement definitely by the end of day today. If you made me pick a side, I'd probably say bearish by end of day today, just because, I mean, we are super small in the intraday. Typically, we'll see some kind of movement by the end of the day. I would imagine we probably have a pull down by end of day, mostly because I was kind of thinking we'd see a little bit more of a pullback, some bearish action. Nothing crazy, but just kind of more of a resting kind of into the moving averages, and then we kind of get pushed up as we go into the second half of the week. Same kind of deal there on the SPY. Probably makes sense. I have a hard time believing we would get below this low that we put in on Friday, but maybe we pull back a little bit more. Maybe as we go into Tuesday, Wednesday, kind of look to be bullish off of that as the 10 EMA kind of comes up. Market gets supported by that. Anyways, SPY, just resting as well. But I would expect bearishness by the end of the day today. Nothing crazy, just more of just like subtle pullbacks. Other than that, not too much going on. IYT, just take a quick look at this as it got wrecked pretty good there on Friday from FedEx's earnings, but it kind of came right into the top end of this little topping action that we had kind of the second half of August, very beginning of September. So is this going to be the support level that you're really looking for? Obviously, we had, kind of the same spot back over here, top here. So it's all roughly in that same zone there. If we do wind up getting through that 20 EMA on a daily time frame on the IYT. I'd imagine you're probably going to see a lot more bears kind of creep in here, break some stop loss levels and stuff like that. Let's take a look at the VIX. VIX. So VIX, a little bit of a gap up. Makes sense on Monday. Typically we get a gap up on Monday, but pulling down a little bit. Not, honestly, it's just probably the VIX is just down because there's not really much going on. Just a lack of really any kind of movement on the market. DXY, dollar index, throwing a little bit of an upper wick, starting to get a little bit more of this consolidation kind of pennant pattern with these, lower wick highs coming in and these upper wick lows coming in. We'll see how this plays out here over the next couple days on the DXY, but you could definitely play that as a pennant. If like we get through that 20, you're probably looking for maybe this was the base and we'll push higher. We might still chop sideways a little bit more, but if we break that down, you're probably looking for that move, I believe, back down to that 99.5 level that we had, about a year ago, July last year, about 99.5. So yeah, if we wind up breaking through that pennant to the downside, you're probably just looking for a quick move back down to 99.7 or so. 99.8 would probably be where I'd be looking to take it off. 8.5 or whatever. That's the way I'd be looking to play that. GLD Gold Trust. Okay. Looking pretty good. I got nothing. It's just, you're probably just riding it. We'll see what happens when we get some dips and stuff like that. But, we had a pretty good consolidation back here in Q2. Broke higher, had another little consolidation. Broke higher, had a much tighter consolidation. We're just in like run mode now. So yeah, if we get dips, just be bullish on it. Look for good entries, good stop loss, risk reward, all that kind of stuff. See, 10-year yields continue to push higher. Okay, so yields are pushing higher. So here on the 10-year though, this is like the first time we've kind of gotten to this little base spot that we broke down during the beginning part of September. So this is like the first time we're getting to that level. Be curious to see if this is just the retest into it. Maybe we finally break it down and roll back over. As far as the 2-year, 2 years essentially flat, not really doing too much there. And the 30-year is the one that is seeing nice movement higher here. Okay. So take a look at the 10 and 2 inversion, continuing to move into the non-inverted area. One yield curve, definitely keeping a close eye on, is the 10 and 1, as it has very much been moving aggressively towards that 0 line. So, if we have another week like last week, we might be there by the end of the week, but we'll see. Jeez. HYG, let's see here. HYG still, pulling back a little bit. Start the week. Was kind of surprised that, HYG held up as strong as it did towards the end of the week last week, especially because LQD just continuing to pull back from the middle part of last week, as well as the TLT. TLT had a pretty bearish week after kind of the start of the week. Monday was looking pretty good. Start Tuesday looking okay, but then it just got crushed there the rest of the week. So we're kind of continuing that trend. I think for now, if you're like, okay, I'm going to play this false breakout, right? If we take a look at a weekly, we got that false breakout kind of through this zone. We got over this high that we had back in December. And I think if you're going to look to play that bearish, obviously you can see that bearish engulfing weekly candle there on the TLT. So if you're going to say, hey, you know what? I dig it. I'm going to try and play that. I think you're going to look for a little bit of chop here. You're going to see, okay, bounce, and then, are you going to try and go bearish on any kind of bounce, and then maybe have a stop loss up here? Those are all pretty good possibilities. You could also say, if we get that bounce, right? If we get that bounce and we roll over, you could even say, okay, I'm going to say entry, wherever that pivot level is that maybe we set in here on the near term, if it's today or tomorrow. If we get back below that, you're just like, yeah, I'm going to take that and maybe have a stop loss up here. And then as we continue to break down, maybe move that stop loss down, whatever it is. I think, either scenario could work. If you go maybe bearish off of whatever kind of bounce that we get and say, hey, I'm gonna play it a little aggressive, you can do that. As far as sector rotation for the day, not too much kind of leading the day. Interesting. So discretionaries and energies kind of in line with the market there, as well as materials, real estate a little underperforming there. Staples, communications underperforming slightly. Industrials, utilities, tech, financials, and then healthcare underperforming the most today. And you see, really, energies had a nice little run to kind of start the day, that first hour, and then it's come back down pretty good amount. As far as intraday, yeah, you can definitely see energies really ran pretty strong at the start. Energies looking pretty good intraday. Staples also nice trend higher here, kind of start the week. Materials, industrials, discretionaries all outperforming a little bit. In line with the market is utilities, real estate utilities. Underperformers is financials, tech, communications, and healthcare.